Hello everyone, Xeno What If here. Here to bring in part 9 of What If Military was in Cross Ange. Link down description of the fanfiction of this What If. Listen here YouTube. I do not own anything and this is not a scam. A smooth first rescue missions. January 1st 3203, somewhere in Ikaruga, Empire of Mitsurugi. In a hideout, two groups of people are having a conversation on their mission in Mitsurugi, but they are being led by each other. How's? Alright, everybody, we're all here, my name is Lieutenant Jen Hamilton H. How's? I'll become the field rescue group leader from US. Nice to see you all. This is my protege, Graves. Major Philip Graves. Graves. Alright everyone, you were brought here for many reasons, but as a rescue team in the open field, I hope we get a friendly welcome from these savages. Colonel of the Air Force Sergei Podovsky. Podovsky. Why are you needed a Soviet helicopter pilot like me? You know that I'm currently on my probationary period driving the new Mi-24. Graves. I don't give any fuck of it. How's? Yes, as you can see, the Japanese will come later. Like I said, we'll do the field rescue live. Podovsky, Malashenko, you two go to the northern district, while I'll go to the eastern district. Captain Nikolai Malashenko. Malashenko. It's nice to work together with you all. Graves. I appreciate it, soldier. How's? Alright, let's split up. Don't loosen yourself. Remember, our priority target was her. Show a photo. Malashenko. Wait, is that Podovsky? I know her, she have a lot of friend, which one of them was in my captive 2 days ago. How's? Yes, she is our top priority, capture her alive, because she. I don't know, I don't have any details. But remember, watch this guy out. Photo of Julio Oscar Mitsurugi. How's? From his face he looks like a dangerous person, so our spies in the Royal Guard keep an eye on him, for 24 hours. Podovsky. He was a jerk. We can beat the shit out of him. How's? That's not our priority, that's CIA priority to keep an eye for him. Malashenko. Does this world believe that among them are our spies? Graves. Apparently not, Colonel, because it's very easy for the leaders of the world's nations to convince people that what Jill's statement about many spies that was infiltrated the remaining this world countries was just a lie. So people don't panic or suspect other people, we've just seen it's normal as if nothing had happened. So why can't we take New Year's off? How's? We're the only ones with reckless field experience, so that's what General Westmoreland said. In the garage. How's and Graves and 2 other US Special Forces are ready to departed from there. Graves. Do you sure the High Command want us to do this? How's? You know that I've been on Arsenal for months, and I feel bored to live in there. And I cannot forget what do you say when the Mitsurugians are do their defeat march to the Soviets' war camps. Flashback. Eastern Mitsurugi, Soviet-occupied Suzuro. Lieutenant Jen. How's and Major Graves arrived at the Soviet military and concentration camp, and now they are boarding a Soviet jeep where they see Mitsurugi people starting from the commoners, peasants, nobles, workers, students and soldiers was marching while being guarded by Soviet soldiers. How's? What are you guys doing to them? Soviet soldier 8 These people deserved it, they were roasted by the scorching heat of the sun, they marched from the ruined city points to a ruined city asterisk. They will be transferred to our concentration camp and they will get the punishment they deserve. We don't use physical torture methods, we use mental torture methods. Graves. Damn it, look at these disgusting Mana people. The 2 of them saw that they still had some dignity by lining up neatly and not resisting at this crucial moment. Graves. Look at them. Even in defeat, they still know how to match with pride. Within the marching group, a Mitsurugi army captain was seen commenting on their fate, which should be respected instead of being looked down upon by the new Norma people. Mitsurugi captain. Those abominations, they will not stop until all of us dead. They really think that they're far above us. We have light of mana. Why the any single of us cannot defeated them? Graves. Hey you. The captain saw a jeep driving beside his group and saw 2 Americans riding in the jeep while being hit by a light breeze. Graves. That's right. You stupid Mana bastards. That's right. Mitsurugi captain. What the hell are you thinking? Get lost. Graves. Say hello to oil and natural fucking gas. You stupid bigots pigs. Look at you. You have none. What were you thinking about Norma that have you persecuted? House then pulled Graves off his stance. House. That's enough, Graves. Give it a rest. Graves. Dragging our asses halfway around the world. Interrupting our lives. Stand up again and look at the Misurugi army captain again for what? You ignorant, servile scum. What the fuck are we doing here? House. That's enough. Dragged Graves back to sit down. Flashback end. Graves. That very fun sir. House. Whatever, let's go now. Podovsky. Have a nice trip everyone. House. When are you leaving? Podovsky. Hey, we have our own time. Then they went to do their first task. Their Humvees immediately disappeared because they used stealth tools to avoid them being suspected because most cars didn't use wheels and all the cars that were there were hover cars which is powered by light of mana. In the eastern district of Ikaruga. Now they are in the car park where they are in a Humvee camouflaged with a stealth device. And by this time, they had been waiting for about 20 minutes. House. See something. US Special Forces 2 hash. I didn't see any. Graves. It's just making time. We're in a VIP parking lot that's not used by many people, only bloody nobles can park here. Then they looked outside with a light of mana screen showing a standing Soviet general that his face was not shown because the scene of that place is too dark. Less than greater than. Then the light of mana screen changed to a news channel. News anchor 1 hash. Less than greater than. Graves. Serve your right. News anchor 1 hash. Less than greater than. US Special Forces 3 hash. Something is going on. House. What is it? US Special Forces 2 hash. I don't know, I see many people in panic. Graves. Shit, the cops are coming, that means there's a Norma. House. How they can a Norma that fast? Are they just a patrols? Graves. Think so, Lieutenant. General. Not only the local patrols. Wait, is that? House. Yes, that is it. The NMB. Norma Management Board officers. US Special Forces 2 hash. What we gonna do now? House. Stay in here, put out his helm, his handgun and hide his ID. Graves. What are you doing? House. Don't worry, they think I'm a mechanic that just passing by out from Humvee. House passed through the grass where no one could see because he was focused on what happened. It was crowded at that time, so he decided to get closer to what happened. House. Thought what the hell is happening here? Then he saw a mother who was being held by the police, while the NMB officers made a mana shield to restrain the baby girl who was on the ground. Sarah's mother and Sarah herself. House. Thought okay, what the hell? Then House realized there was a car back there, and he realized that it was the royal family's car. House. Oh, shit. House saw that the mother of the baby girl named Sarah was trying not to move, but Sarah, who was still a baby and didn't know anything, crawled and broke Mana's shield. House. Well, damn. Misurugi Police Officer 9 hash. Excuse me sir, we doing our job in here. Please stay out from the site. House. Oh. I'm sorry, I have to go to my workshop, because I'm in a hurry. I took this path because it is the fastest way. Misurugi Police Officer 9 hash. The fastest way to the workshop, which is 20 meters away, is just walking there, which can be fast. Why take this road? This road to the nearest workshop is 40 meters away. House. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. House looked towards the place just now. NMB Officer 5 hash. Under Article 1, Section 3, of the Norma Management Code, this individual is hereby designated Norma number 120376. Sarah's mother. Sarah. Give back my daughter. Sarah's mother got out of the hands of the police and took her baby back, and some police officers tried to take Sarah back with some other violent means. Misurugi Police Officer 9 hash. Whoa. Hold right there, sir. Run. House saw firsthand how the love of a mother who didn't want her child to be taken away and isolated because she was just a Norma. House saw this firsthand, and not from the television screen and others. Sarah's mother. Please forgive us. She's just little bad at using mana. Please. Angelis. But that is the very sign of a Norma. We cannot ignore it. Then, a princess who was none other than the Mitsurugi Imperial Princess Angelisa Karuga Mitsurugi, who was the OFN's top priority target and had to be brought in alive according to the information that House get. Angelisa Karuga Mitsurugi and Momoka Ogimon. Sarah's mother, Lady Angelise. Mitsurugi Police Officer 2 # what? Mitsurugi Police Officer 3 # it's her. Angelise, the light of mana, the ultimate evolution of humanity. The Norma reject it. They are instinctively violent, antisocial monsters. She must be purged from this world, immediately. Because of this, Sarah's mother still wanted to keep her daughter. Sarah's mother, please, Lady Angelise, I'll raise her well. Angelise, you can't. Norma is not human. Hearing this, Sarah's mother couldn't help but be surprised, while the people who saw this could only whisper loudly from behind. House was surprised to hear this statement. He thought Princess Angelise was a good-minded person, but she was just the same as them. Angelise, you must forget her, and bear another child, a proper child, not a Norma. Hearing that, Sarah's mother was mad by the statement, but just as she was about to get angry and throw something, House sprang into action. House, excuse me, Your Highness, may I ask something? This made Sarah's mother not to fight back and was surprised that someone was nearby. Angelise, what is it, sir? House, I mean, what do you think of the new Norma? According to the rumors I heard, they can destroy the light of mana without touching it, or in other words using an intermediary like weapons, other items, or anything that isn't physically directly. So my question is, has Norma evolved into something we don't know? Angelise, everyone is surprised why the mechanic even asked that. Some of the police began to suspect this man, but there is no solid evidence that he is suspicious, because of his looks and appearance like a mechanic. Angelise, I have no idea, even in my life, I have never seen new Norma. House, good. Remember well my words, what we sow, so shall we reap. I hope you know what it means in the future. House noticed a police hovercar at the very front, and then he asked. House, excuse me, whose car is the front one? Mitsurugi Police Officer 10 # that's mine. Mitsurugi Police Officer 11 # precisely ours. You know, sir, that the police don't work alone and there must be partners. House, yeah, I know. Let me talk with the mother of that baby. Mitsurugi Police Officer 2 # wait a minute. You must step back, that is dangerous. House, it's okay, I'm fine. I will negotiate with her. Everyone there was whispering behind their backs and defending this House who dared to do such a dangerous thing just to negotiate. House crouches and talks slowly. Hey, put it this way, there's no need for violence, and there's no need for loss, okay? So here I go, I have friends in the police force, they can help you and your daughter, so you just go with what I say and my friends say, okay? Sarah's mother, but. House blinked his right eye and it made the mother realize that this man was trying to help her and her daughter. House, standing back. Hey man, can you brought the mother and the baby? Make sure that the mother of the baby can see her daughter for a last time. Mitsurugi Police Officer 11 # sure. NMB Officer 5 # wait a minute. That's against the law, you can't do that. House, I mean like this young man, I will drop the mother of this child in front of my workshop and that is the last time she will see her child, so that later I can take the mother and help her back to her home. NMB Officer 5 # alright, that makes sense. House was happy that this first mission went well and he laughed at these mana people in his mind who turned out to be gullible people. House thought, stupid, you people are narrow-minded and don't want to bother, they simply believe it. NMB Officer 5 # yes, thank you for your help, sir. House, just call me Hamilton. NMB Officer 5 # oh yeah, thanks for your help, Mr. Hamilton. Oh yes, did you join the police car? House, yes. Short of time, House sat in the hover police car accompanied by 2 policemen, and the mother and her daughter also got in and the police car took off. It was then that the Humvee, which used stealth technology, immediately followed the police car from the back. In somewhere place in the little forest. Sarah's mother and her daughter was dropped in somewhere place. She is confused as to why she and her daughter were brought there. Then they all got out of the hover police car. Sarah's mother, wait, I can't understand, what's all this? House, everything will be fine. Then the Humvee came and turned off its stealth camouflage system, and then Graves got out of the Humvee. Graves, crazy, I didn't know your method was so effective, you managed to trick everyone there. Oh, here your helmet. How's? Yes, thanks. Takes his helmet. Sarah's mother. Wait, you an American soldier. How's? That's right, and my rank is Lieutenant General. The mother was surprised that the man who helped her was a lieutenant general from the US Army, and why had the two policemen come with them? Mitsurugi Police Officer 10 #. So, is there any additional wages? Graves, here you go, give a flash disk asterisk. All of the Mana digital money are in here. All of us is 40 million bucks, each of you have 20 million bucks. Then one of these police took the flash disk and extracted all of Mana's digital money into their respective accounts, and the mother was realized that these two policemen were corrupt policemen who were paid to cooperate with the OFN spies. Sarah's mother, how many cops did you guys pay just to do this? And where do you get the Mana digital money from? How's? We just have to employ Mana people who want to work with us, with the promise of a life guaranteed by the government. That money is the result of money that we take from prisoners of war ranging from civilians to soldiers. Sarah's mother, I do not know what to say, but thank you, sir. How's? It is my duty as a soldier who protects the people. Then ground bridge opened and some US soldiers came from inside there. US soldier 8 #, so this is it. How's? Just this first. US soldier 23 #, alright, ma'am, time to go. Then Sarah's mother and Sarah entered groundbridge, and that groundbridge led directly to the US base in Colorado. Before leaving, she nodded to House and then the groundbridge was closed. Graves, wow, I didn't expect that if it could be this smooth, it would be easy for you to disguise yourself as a mechanic. House, it's nothing, I hope that mother and her daughter will definitely get a decent life. Colorado, US military base. This military base houses many Norma and their Mana relatives who are still loyal to them. Many tents are provided for newcomers. When Dan's mother came out of the ground bridge, she saw that the military base was very crowded because there were many Norma who came from other countries such as Velda, Marmaria and Gallia. US soldier 23 #, before you stay here for 2 days, then you will get another place in Denver City, but before that, you talk to the head of this base first. Sarah's mother, yes. US soldier 23 #, if I please, can you first entrust your daughter to the doctor, he will check your daughter's health and condition. Sarah's mother, thank you. Now, Sarah's mother can live in peace, without having her child taken by the NMB, now she will start a new life in the United States. Back at Ikaruga, secret hideout. House is still thinking about this, why does the princess of this country even support the stance of the people of this world? He hoped that the princess would understand the meaning of the saying he gave her. House thought, where is the honor of the people of this country? They have no honor, do they? Or, well, forget it. Saving Angelis. Occupied Suzero, Soviet Division Headquarters, Operation Room. Several people were in a room very busy calculating their next attack. Leading them was a Soviet army general who had broadcast about the attack on Angelis's baptism ritual. Army General Ivan Roddick, so they withstood it after all, huh? I think I'll bring down the number of victims from 200,000 to 1,000 to 3,000. Colonel Budomir Rogovsky, yes, unfortunately. Our threat broadcast wasn't able to do the job alone, it seems. You win this time, the squadrons is yours. Roddick, alright, it's my turn, then. Bringing the bombers. Equip them with marker smoke missiles so that our fighters can attack the places the bombers have marked. Advance the helicopter squadrons. Tell them to bring down the enemy anti-aircraft forces. Bring them down. All Soviet forces, yes sir. Meanwhile at the joint secret hideout. House, it's a time, this day was a Princess Angelis's baptism ritual. If she was spotted as a Norma, we will save her along with Emperor Jirai and Empress Sophia. Graves. Our moles in the Imperial Guard already know what that hothead Julio is up to. He had changed the veil system that was changed with by Jirai. House. The attack will start today, and many people will become the target of the Soviet attack, and if the Soviets are not careful, then Angelis will be hit by the attack and our dreams will be destroyed to freeing this world. Lieutenant Colonel Sujima Yuzo, In that case, we must ensure this rescue operation goes smoothly with the Soviet attack on Ikaruga. I heard that the Mitsurugi anti-air forces was starting to relax their positions, thinking that the threat of a Soviet attack was just a hoax. House. We have to be able to save her without being hit by an attack from the Soviets, even though the Soviets have been notified, but can they be careful in carrying out their airstrikes? Sergeant Major Satoshi, no picture, use your imagination. Satoshi. I think the Soviets can be handled, we ready to our strike, come on, the baptism is going to be started. House. So here you go, if Angelis is found out to be Norma, and is about to be caught, I will comforting all of them. If I give my soldiers the signal, then my soldiers will attack and save the package. Yuzo. Why you pull out such a stunt? House. Because, I've had promise to Mr. Jirai and Mrs. Sophia. Flashback. Somewhere in Ikaruga, Emperor Jirai and Empress Sophia met directly with a soldier who was a lieutenant general from the US representing OFN. Yes, who else if not House? They met him after Jirai tinkering with the system at the Dawn Pillar. Jirai. Please Mr. House, you need to save our daughter from this world, I know you all can be trusted. Empress Sophia Ikaruga Mitsurugi. Sophia. Please, Lieutenant. Jen. House, our daughter is our only hope to change some of the system so that the norms won't suffer, and we can live together. House. I know your concern, Lady Sophia, but please let the OFN works, entrust this to us, we will help you, but I guess, I will bring GEACPS for giving you two some help. Jirai. Thank you to understanding our feeling. House. I know Angelis is your last hope to change these rotten system, we will save her if something went bad, I promise. Flashback end. House. We will not disappoint them. Ikaruga, Dawn Pillar. At that time, it was a very festive day for Princess Angelis's baptism ritual to participate in politics, and all the citizens of Ikaruga also participated in watching this event. At that time, Jirai delivered a speech to the people of Ikaruga at this event. Jirai. From now on, Princess Angelis will be practicing politics. She will no doubt bring even greater peace and prosperity to our empire of Mitsurugi. After a thunderous applause, on the Dawn Pillar, the baptistry lit and opened, Angelis slowly started to enter it and then after that closed it, and then a few seconds later, the light came out from the pillar, but surprisingly, something went wrong, the noise rang all over the place. All people we surprised with this. Mitsurugi people 1 hash, what happened? Mitsurugi people 8 hash, what is this noise? One of the NMB officers noticed something and recognized this voice. NMB officer 5 hash, a Norma alert. Then Jirai, who did not understand what was happening, began to be astonished by this incident. Jirai. Impossible. Surely the pillar is. Julio. I disabled the veil. Jirai. Why, Julio? Julio laughed like a man possessed and then returned to his normal state while he approached his father. Julio. That would be my line, father. Instantly, one of the commanders of the Royal Guard directed her red mana towards Jirai. Julio. What could have possessed you to allow a monster to live in the imperial household? Are you insane? Sylvia. Be big brother. Julio. Sweet little Sylvia. Hear this my beloved imperial subjects. I will now reveal the truth. Lady Angelis is a Norma. It shocked everyone watching, especially the Soviets, Japanese, Americans and the others who each held a mana intermediary to view some of the latest news. Julio. To conceal this fact of have a Norma rule over us must be a plot to undo our nation. This act is the ultimate treason against our citizens. Our empire will not be tainted by monsters. It is high time our people found out the truth on this, the day of Angelis's baptism. Meanwhile in the Soviet side, Soviet soldier 23 hash, no way. That princess is a Norma. Soviet soldier 13 hash, but why we don't get informed about this? Marshal Akhromiv who saw this didn't show any emotion, he sat down with a neutral expression, he didn't seem to care anymore about the many unexpected confessions because he had seen it many times. In Japanese side, IJA soldier 63 hash, if she was Norma from the start, why didn't anyone notice this? IJA soldier 37 hash, but if it was a Norma who was getting baptized, then that meant her parents were hiding a secret about her. IJA soldier 33 hash, what is America doing at this critical time? In American side, U.S. Soldier 12 hash, the princess of a nation is a Norma. U.S. Soldier 45 hash, why the intelligences never say this. U.S. Soldier 28 hash, what is High Command thinking right now? General Westmoreland seemed to give a serious face when he saw this, but he believed in a miracle. Westmoreland, I count on you, House. Back at Ikaruga, Don Pillar. When he got out of the pillar, when he was about to run away, all the guards and police were already waiting there along with several officers from the NMB. They trap Angelis inside the mana box. NMB Officer 5 hash, Princess Angelis, this way. You are suspected of being a Norma. Please do not resist. Angelis, what do you mean? Sophia, no, Angelis. Angelis walked over and to her surprise, Angelis destroyed the mana box, making everyone there quite surprised. NMB Officer 5 hash, she destroyed the light of mana. Then all the royal troops and NMB officers pointed their guns at Angelis, who has now been identified as Norma. NMB Officer 5 hash, drop your weapon and surrender. If you resist, we will shoot to kill. Angelis, how dare you point a gun at the first princess? House, stop. Before Angelis could act, Lieutenant Gen. House had arrived at the scene, complete with his army helmet showing the 3 stars, which was his rank as Lieutenant Gen. NMB Officer 5 hash, why you? You're the mechanic who delivered mother and baby Norma yesterday. It turns out you are an American soldier. House, that's right, a patriot like myself should serve the country, and as soldiers, we have to protect civilians, no matter their differences. NMB Officer 5 hash, I remember exactly what you did yesterday. How were the 2 cops yesterday? House, oh, they. NMB Officer 5 hash, you killed them. House, you see how stupid they are at filtering things out, so we bribed them. Everyone was surprised by this. That NMB officer realized that the 2 police officers yesterday are the corrupt polices who working with OFN. NMB Officer 2 hash, so the 2 cops yesterday were corrupt cops. House, I think your people have lost your trust, to finally decide to enjoy a good life before they die, so they purposely approached us just to work with us. Usually we give them a salary that is quite big. Mitsurugi Soldier 29 hash, you damned OFN. Do you think we trust you? House, you'll see, because a wise man once said, the enemy is not always from outside, but also from within. Mitsurugi Soldier 13 hash, you made a mistake to come here alone. Cease all combat immediately. Surrender now. House, who say I'm here alone? Then several American soldiers came out of the bushes and also pointed their guns at the Mitsurugi troops and police, which then made the situation a Mexican standoff. U.S. Soldier 55 hash, attention, all Mitsurugi forces. Enable your real-time interpreter. Or, follow the OFN mandate procedure, and identify yourselves in English. That's the official international language. Mitsurugi Soldier 32 hash, use the Mitsurugi dialect. You are a foreign savage nation intervening in a domestic affair. Cease all hostilities at once. U.S. Soldier 55 hash, repeat. Speak in English, the official language. I don't understand what you're saying. Mitsurugi Soldier 32 hash, use the Mitsurugi dialect to the American Army. Your so-called English can eat shit. I repeat, your so-called English can eat shit. U.S. Soldier 55 hash, what? Mitsurugi Soldier 27 hash, what are you going to do with Mitsurugi, you bunch of savages? Mitsurugi Police 39 hash, we know what you did to the Gallia. You destroy the cities of Nanals and Chalukan. Killed a lot of people there. Don't you have a conscience? House, I ask you, do you have a conscience too? Mitsurugi Soldier 33 hash, of course we have. Why? House, if you have a conscience, why don't you think of Norma as a human too? Even though they are human too. NMB Officer 5 hash, Norma is a monster to keep away from. They will destroy this world's social system if left unchecked. House, you guys are the monsters. You think yourselves perfect and above all, just because you have mana. Try to imagine if you were Norma, how would you feel? NMB Officer 5 hash, don't compare us to Norma. That's how this world works. You should never have been summoned to this world, so that we can enjoy our peaceful lives, and it is you who are ruining it with your wars. Hows? Just imagine, if mana vanish from you, from this world and vanish into the world of fairy tales. Along with your advanced civilization and your fanatical nature. Even then, will you think the mana people still think themselves to be a superior? Answer me. The NMB officer didn't know the answer, Lieutenant. Gen. Hows? Because when it came to, if, then it could be a good or bad scenario, when it came to that, he couldn't answer it. Hows? Of course you can't answer, because your dependence on mana makes your character more rotten than fascists and trash that is no longer used. That's your true colors of yours. Angelis felt dizzy with the argument spinning her head. Angelis, what are you all argue about? My head felt dizzy. Hows? This is the work of people who understand. People who don't understand like you have to find your own answers so that you can be taught independently. Meanwhile, in the sky of Misarugi, two 160 bombers flew into the city of Ikaruga with the aim of marking locations to be bombed by ground attack aircraft. Tupolev Tu-160 White Swan, Russian. Belye Labid Belye Labid, OFN reporting name, Blackjack. The bombers then arrived at the capital city of Ikaruga, and then opened the lower hatch of the plane and launched a missile with a smoke marker. Immediately, the missile exploded 60 centimeters from the ground and red smoke was seen around the area. Back to the Dawn Pillar. As the situation grew tense, missiles with marking smoke exploded near them, blanketing the place in red smoke. The Misarugi troops and police who were not prepared for this were shocked. They covered their mouths thinking this was poison gas. NMB Officer 5 #, this is a poison gas. NMB Officer 3 #, but I don't smell anything. Misarugi Royal Guard 7 #, wait a minute, this is not a poison gas. Misarugi Royal Guard 17 #, this is marker smoke. Taking the opportunity, Sophia was able to get out of the situation and was reunited with her daughter, at which time US troops opened fire. US Soldier 55 #, take this you mana bastard. Shoot his M4. Misarugi Police 13 #, return fire, ah. Get shot. Misarugi Soldier 12 #, damn it. This is bad, arc. Get show. Now Misarugi's party, who couldn't do anything, were all shot by US troops. They protected Angelis and Sophia from an army of royal guards and police. NMB Officer 5 #, don't run away you. Hows? You're too detached from reality and talk too much, shot his handgun. Hows also killed the officer because he was annoyed with his attitude that could not be changed. Hows? Serves you right. Occupied Suzuro, Soviet Division Headquarters, Operation Room. Roddick. Why don't US troops leave immediately? Soviet Officer 17 #, they were still carrying out the rescue and evacuation process for Princess Angelis, who was Norma, and they wanted to include Emperor Jirai and Empress Sophia to be rescued as well. Roddick. Grr. God damn it, this will not going well. Soviet Officer 19 #, General, if we insist on an immediate bombardment, it will hit the American troops who are carrying out their rescue operation along with the Japanese. Roddick. I know that. Comrade Colonel, I request 2 new helicopters to wipe out any threat to support the US and the Japanese soldier, strafe them down. Rogovsky. Yes, Comrade General. In the sky of Ikaruga. The Soviet ground attack aircraft had already seen the plumes of smoke marking the place to be destroyed. Sukhoi Su-25, OFN reporting name, Frogfoot. Okotnik -1, less than greater than. Roddick. Less than greater than. Okotnik -1, less than greater than. Back to the Dawn Pillar. Julio doesn't believe that the Americans are also getting into trouble and trying to save Angelis and his mother. Julio. Stop them. Stop those Americans. Then the Japanese helicopter, Kayaba Ya-8 came and was right in front of Julio. Julio. What? Even the Japanese too? Lieutenant. Colonel Yuzo opened fire on Misarugi's troops, which were, then Yuzo and Satoshi came down to save Emperor Jirai. Yuzo. Emperor Jirai. We came here to save you. Julio. How dare you? Before Julio finished his words, one of the Japanese troops punched him in the face, which was Satoshi, until Julio's mouth bled because Satoshi punched him so hard. Satoshi. Fuck you. Satoshi approached the woman who was the commander of the Royal Guard, but intel said that this woman was a dragon spy in disguise, so to silence him, Satoshi had to hit him on the head with a rifle butt. Satoshi, I'm sorry, hit that woman with rifle butt. Yuzo, we get out from here. Julio, Arg, guards, stop them all, don't let them escape. Lieutenant, Colonel Yuzo, who managed to bring Emperor Jirai into the helicopter, the royal guard came, but because the soldier was carrying a machine gun, he spraying his machine gun and hit many soldiers. Yuzo 17 #, we're clear. Let's go. Satoshi, I'm sorry lads. Looks like we don't have any time yet. After Satoshi and Lieutenant, call. Yuzo boarded Kayaba YA8, they left immediately. Julio, who was furious, took a dead soldier's gun and tried to shoot, but because he didn't know how to use a gun, he shot very inaccurately. Back to the US side. The US troops took Angeles and Empress Sophia, where they were waiting for pickup from the V-22 Osprey. They were still shooting Mitsurugi troops and police, who were quite numerous. US Soldier 52 #, keep shooting. Shoot his M4. US Soldier 55 #, where is the evac? Then a ground bridge opens and then two helicopter gunships come out of the ground bridge. They look like Mi-24s, but Mi-24s are a bit different. Mil Mi-24 MK. V. Battle Hind. US Soldier 54 #, Soviet Hinds. US Soldier 55 #, why these Hinds are different? They have coaxial propellers. The two battle Hinds opened fire on the Mitsurugi troops and police who were there, killing all the personnel present. Soviet Battle Hind Pilot 1 #, less than greater than. Soviet Battle Hind Pilot 2 #, less than greater than. House. Roddick, I owe you one. The Soviet Battle Hind launched an attack on the Mitsurugi troops who were there. Those who didn't have good weapons to destroy the air vehicles had to become minced meat that scattered everywhere. Mitsurugi Royal Guard 35 #, where are the reinforcement? We're dead meat in here. The second Soviet Battle Hind launched an attack on the civilians who were directly watching this event. Unfortunately, they also fell victim to the massacre from this helicopter. Soviet Battle Hind Pilot 2 #, hey. Too easy. They're dead meat in here. Soviet Battle Hind Co-Pilot 2 #, Captain, are you sure we killed these civilians? Soviet Battle Hind Pilot 2 #, who cares? These people are implicit. These bigots think they are the pure humans. They're demi-humans who endangering our peace and must be exterminated. Soviet Battle Hind Co-Pilot 2 #, whatever you said. Back to the US side. They withstood the pounding until the ground bridge opened and the V-22 Osprey ejected and then landed behind them. The back doors opened and several US troops assisted in the evacuation. US Soldier 67 #, let's get hell out from here. Sophia, thank you, Lieutenant General. House, this isn't the time for that. We must leave immediately. Uses communication. Yuzo, has Emperor Jirai evacuated? Yuzo, less than greater than. House, good, now let's go now. The V-22 Osprey left the red zone and Kayaba YA-8 followed behind. Then the V-22 entered the ground bridge, followed by the YA-8 helicopter. Then the second ground bridge opened, and the two helicopters fled through there and the second ground bridge was closed. Now two Su-25 squadrons are ready to bombard the city, and now Roddick has given the green signal. Roddick, less than greater than. Okotnik -1, less than greater than. Back to the Dawn Pillar, Julio position. A Royal Guard commander, Riza Randog, was informed Julio about the incoming fighters. Riza Randog, Riza, Your Highness, we need to get out from here and go to safety place in Royal Palace, the bombardment will happen soon. Julio, who was still bleeding from his mouth, which turned out to be one of his molars separated from his gums due to being hit so hard that he was bleeding profusely. Julio, holding his cheek, all right, they now escape, but I will not forgive them. After all of this madness, I need to go to dentist. I think my molars was separated from my gums. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. Shit, those Japanese soldier was hit me so hard. I can feel my gums were bleeding and that hurt so much. Shit. He saw Sylvia being secured by Mitsurugi's troops to enter the bunker. Then he saw from a distance where the Su-25 launched an attack towards the red smoke. Julio, Riza, from now on I will be in charge of Empire of Mitsurugi. Now I shall take a name, Holy Emperor Julio I. Riza, understood. Julio, now let's get out from here before to get fried. They finally left there, and Ikaruga was heavily bombed. Bombs exploded everywhere, buildings fell apart from there to here. Shots from the air slammed into the unlucky civilians. The bombardment continued until the afternoon. The bombardment occurred twice with 2 squadrons of ground attack aircraft arriving again and picking up the rest. It was seen that Ikaruga was destroyed. This attack caused the capital to be damaged by 57%. Okhotnik -1, less than greater than. Roddick, less than greater than. Okhotnik -1, less than greater than. Angelis interview, US recruit Jirai and Sophia as a general in British plan. Arsenal, interview room. Angelis woke at the interview room, and hearing many people talking in outside the room, and then she trying to stand up, but her hand get handcuffed because his handcuffs were connected to the table to prevent her from escaping. Then a US general with a eye patch, an opaque lens behind his left eye's eyeglasses. General Charles H. Bonesteel 3. Bonesteel 3, trying to leave. It doesn't seem that easy, madam. Angelis, how long have I been asleep? I don't remember anything but that day. Bonesteel 3, you've been asleep for at least 13 hours. Angelis, what? And who are you? Bonesteel 3, my name is General Charles H. Bonesteel 3, I was assigned to interview yourself. Angelis, why? Bonesteel, because there many higher ups in the OFN forces was very interesting to you. Angelis, nonsense. And where is my parents? Bonesteel 3, they still alive and well. But, they're not in here. Angelis, what? Then where are they? Bonesteel 3, they have been confronted by Mr. President Kennedy. Angelis, are they still okay, aren't they? Bonesteel 3, yes, they're still okay, like I said, they alive and well, but they had very far from Arsenal. Angelis, I demand to be freed. Bonesteel 3, I can't, Your Highness, your royalty has been revoked ever since you were recognized as Norma. Angelis, I'm not a Norma. Bonesteel 3, but the facts tell the truth. Angelis, release me, General. I still have my royalty. Bonesteel 3, we cannot guarantee that. Angelis, why not? Did you OFN intentionally kidnap me and my parents? Bonesteel 3, technically, yes. Angelis, what is the reason? Bonesteel 3, because you're already under the protection of OFN. Angelis, what? Bonesteel 3, according to your mother, your intelligence is above average. When you learn something, you will immediately learn it. Then after you were known as Norma from childhood, your parents hid this secret for years, and the purpose of you being baptized was so you could make a connection between Mitsurugi and OFN get better. But it seems fate said otherwise. You were found out by your brother and it ended. In the end, yes, you ended up in this place. Hearing this, Angelis was a little confused and then asked. Angelis, they knew I was Norma from the start. Bonesteel 3, yes, both of them know that fact. Especially your brother, Julio too, who seems to have planned this from the long time ago. Hearing this, she felt a lot of feelings, just mixed up all her emotions. But on the other hand, she doesn't believe this, and refuses to admit that she is Norma. Angelis, no, I don't want to be here. I want to come back again. Bonesteel 3, no, you can't. Because it's free. You're Norma, you won't be welcomed back by your friends. Even your little sister. Angelis, stop all of this. Let me out from here. Angelis struggled in the room by trying to remove the handcuffs from her arms. Because of this, the 2 security guards came in and held back Angelis's anger, and only held her body that was resist to get out from there. Bonesteel 3, with an explanation and a bit of detail that makes sense, then you know what it's all about. Angelis, I don't care. Bring me back. My place is not here. Bonesteel 3, I told you you can't, you're no longer welcome in Mana society. Angelis, my light of Mana is still weak, and can't be used yet. Bonesteel 3, oh yes. Why don't you try it? Both security guards sit her down. Then Angelis sat back down and then, General Bonesteel 3 put his handgun in front of her without a magazine. Bonesteel 3, if you still have Mana power, try to lift this handgun. With pleasure, Angelis, who was still angry, tried it. Angelis, light of Mana. The first attempt was attempted but was unsuccessful, then she tried again. Angelis, light of Mana. Come on, light of Mana. General Bonesteel 3, who was still looking at him, did not give any expression. Angelis. I try again. Light of mana. Suddenly, General Bonesteel 3 held Angelis's arm and then spoke. Bonesteel 3, never mind, this is a waste of time. You get better than that anyway. Angelis. What? Bonesteel 3 then immediately took his handgun and quickly hit Angelis's hand with it. Angelis. Ouch. Wait, why I can't feel anything. Then Bonesteel 3 slapped Angelis on the cheek, but strangely, Angelis didn't feel any pain. Angelis. What are you doing? Bonesteel 3. Slap your cheek, but do you feel any different? Angelis. Wait. Bonesteel 3, do you realize it? Angelis. I can't feel any pain. Bonesteel 3. That's because we're implanting you with the most advanced technology, but it's in the testing phase, and it's in cybernetic system technology that's implanted all over the spinal cord of your body. And put pain inhibitors inside it and you will not have pain at all. But Angelis doesn't seem to believe this. She doesn't seem to be aware of what will happen for the next 13 hours when she falls asleep when she's been rescued. Angelis. I don't believe your nonsensical statement. And I don't believe you. Bonesteel 3. God damn it. You are a stubborn child. One day you will realize that your physique has completely changed and you are no longer an ordinary Norma. Angelis. That's nonsense. I'm not Norma. Bonesteel 3. You're still hoping that you'll be brought back, but the truth is you'll only be staying here for the rest of your life. Behind the mirror, outside of interview room, a U.S. general with Commander Jill and a few U.S. soldiers stood there and just watched the interview, which went less than smoothly. General Andrew Goodpaster. Goodpaster. Commander Jill, are you sure about your prediction theory? Jill. She was not one who was the one who would determine the fate of this world, she is the true Punisher. Once she knew the truth, he would immediately destroy everything. Goodpaster. This was indeed strange. Angelis didn't show any suspicion or any sign of surprise that during these 13 hours she didn't realize that she had been implanted with the prototype cybernetic system from us. Jill. It just took her time to make her aware of that. Goodpaster. I'm not sure, but with what we're currently looking for, it looks like we've found the right person. Jill. She's wearing a royal ring, that means he can access it. Goodpaster. Oh, royal ring, huh? Who believed that the ring could be used to use the machine, right? Jill. You should know, General, there are 6 more out there, whether active or not. Goodpaster. By the way, why isn't the dragon side attacking back anymore? Had Mrs. Salamandine warned them? Jill. I didn't know that. But one thing for sure, the dragon side had an insider who knew about all this and then ordered the entire dragon army to enter elsewhere. Maybe far from here, which is beyond the reach of our troops. Oh, yes, how were the negotiations with the Soviets? Goodpaster. Great, they're giving all members of the OFN a license to own their latest bomb technology. Jill. What kind of bomb? Goodpaster. N-squared bombs. Jill. N-squared. Goodpaster. If non-nuclear. Note. The N-squared weapons is the name given to the strongest conventional weapons ever created by the Soviet Union in mid-1950s. N-squared weapons are as strong as nuclear bombs, even being capable of producing electromagnetic pulses, but they lack the radioactive fallout generated by their nuclear counterparts, allowing them to be used more readily than their predecessors. The name N-squared, meaning non-nuclear, refers to this. Created by a scientist named Dmitry Sekhanov to reduce a nuclear fallout when the Soviet forces trying to occupy a place. By this time, the Soviets had distributed N-squared bombs to other countries such as America, Japan, China, the United Kingdom in exile, Indonesia and Canada. Meanwhile at White House, Washington, D.C., United States of America. Currently, the former Emperor Jirai and Empress Sophia were sitting opposite President Kennedy. This time they were have a conversation. Jirai, thank you for your help, Mr. President, thanks to OFN, we escaped from there. I really regret my actions which were even found out by my son, Julio. JFK, everyone makes mistakes, but don't get too wrapped up in guilt. Sophia, how is our daughter doing? Is she okay? JFK, this time she was at Arsenal or independent state of Arsenal. Now, she will be OFN's most important asset, but to keep her mentally awake, she must be treated like a human being in general. Sophia, really, why was she made into an asset? JFK, Look, I want you to sign this agreement, puts paper in front of both of them. Your daughter has an exosuit implanted in her spine, and it applies to her entire body. So she will be the only cyber soldier who has an advantage. Jirai, you what? Sophia, why are you doing this? JFK, it was for her own good. After all, she was a bit bad at defending himself, so we made her better in every area. Jirai, I was speechless. I lost words. Sophia, if it's for his good, well, never mind, we agree on that. Then Jirai and Sophia signed the agreement and President Kennedy immediately gave it to his secretary. Then, President Kennedy again turned his face back to Jirai and Sophia. JFK, yep, I have an offer that can guarantee your life, and guarantee that Angelisa's life in Arsenal is better. Since they really had no other choice to guarantee their safety, the two of them finally nodded, yes. Jirai, alright, we've accepted the offer, so what's the offer? JFK, prior to that, are you two to have any history in the military? Jirai, Sophia, JFK, because, we want to appoint you as generals. Jirai, yes, my military experience is still there, because before becoming emperor, I have served in the military and the last time I got the rank of colonel. Sophia, I'm not much, because I was only a medic for the military with the rank of lieutenant the last time, and even then it was a long time ago. JFK, very well then, Mr. Jirai and Mrs. Sophia, I hereby declare that you are officially appointed generals of the United States Army and will be assigned side by side. And right now, you two will be assigned at OFN Provincial Government of Gallia. I hope you two enjoy your assignment. Then President Kennedy stood up and was followed by Jirai and Sophia. Jirai, thank you, Mr. President. Sophia, we will not forget your good services to us and we are very indebted. JFK, yes I know. This is all I can to repay you guys. Jirai reached out his hand along with President Kennedy and they shook hands, followed by Sophia as well. JFK, pack up, you will soon be assigned to your first one. Jirai, yes, Mr. President. Meanwhile at the Arsenal, British Royal Army headquarters. Several people were in the meeting room and ready to planning something big. It turned out that the military higher-ups from the British Royal Army were having a meeting and planning to invade the Kingdom of Rosenbloom. Field Marshal Richard Hull. Hull, Your Majesty, Your Highness. Men, our attack is in 3 phases. Phase 1, Royal Navy submarine equipped by N-squared missiles to destroy primary targets, Arway, Cudgarden, Granhill, Conberg Island on the southwest, Grenois, Shanlow, Belrush, Midladair, and Northdock in the east. Queen Elizabeth II, how long will it take? Hull, on Prince Philip's order, 15 minutes from launch. Gibbs, of course this is available after all of the Norma in all of these area had been rescued with their loyal relatives or friends. Prince Philip, and why not Londinium, Field Marshal? Auchinleck, if we kill their king, it could prolong the conflict. Prince Philip, so we spare him and his rest of his family. After what they did to the Normas. Carver, not all the Rosenblums are bad, one of them, Misty Rosenbloom is only one of the Rosenbloom royal family had no hostility towards the Norma. Auchinleck, the Rosenblums must see their deity, surrender, and acknowledge the superiority of our empire's might. Prince Philip, they will accept that reality without him. To Hull bomb Londinium in Phase 2. Hull, yes, Your Highness. Prince Philip, continue. Hull, Phase 2, our long-range N-squared bombers destroy secondary targets, including Dorward, Dunbay, Yogport in the west, Dornding, Castlehand, Kinmeath, Edenlip, and so on, in the east. Time to completion, 6 hours from launch. Phase 3, ground and marine invasion to secure and occupy. We expect total capitulation within 2 weeks. Prince Philip, what kind of attack can we expect? Hull, the strongest resistance will be in their people and local polices. Queen Elizabeth II, particularly the regular militias, where we expect the Rosenblums to mount significant defense and counter-attacks. Hull, we anticipate Rosenblum's bombers to launch an all-out assault. We should expect major attacks on our fleet, our bomber and fighter squadrons. Prince Philip, projected enemy casualties. Hull, the N-squared bombs attack will result in 15 to 16 million dead. Ground invasion will add another 2 to 3 million. Prince Philip. And on our side. Hull. The Rosenblums only have conventional weapons. Casualties will be in the hundreds of thousands. Carver. And mostly their own people. So, acceptable losses. Queen Elizabeth II. But. I had made a plan. Why we taking Misty Rosenblum as hostage? Those who heard it were quite surprised. Auchinleck. Why do you speak like that, Your Majesty? Queen Elizabeth II. She's just a kid who isn't have no malice to the Normas, she just line of Norma supporter in the shadows of herself. She is fit to be the leader of the Rosenblum nation we will control. It may sound like a puppet state, but I believe she will be a good queen. When she become our hostage, we will kept her until the war in her homeland is over. Prince Philip. Okay, I understand. To Hull, when can you have be ready to launch? Hull. By 0100 tomorrow morning, Your Highness. Admiral of the Fleet Philip Vian. Vian. Our Navy fleet is getting ready to leave early tomorrow morning. They are currently 6 kilometers from here. Prince Philip. Good, and now this is our time to show the strength of the British Empire. We show them how to deal with us. Gibbs. Yes, but how do we make Misty Rosenblum our hostage? Queen Elizabeth II. It's easy, not difficult, really. Carver. How? Field Marshal Gerald Templar. Templar. Easy, let's wait for Festa Day to come. Carver. Festa Day. Templar. Once a year, the humans give the Norma a day off at Arsenal. They were exempt from all practice until tomorrow came. For the Normas this is their one-day festival. They also believed that day was a day of hope for them in a time of endless gloom. Held every mid-March annually. Montgomery. What does this have to do with it? Templar. And usually, on that day, was the day that Misty Rosenblum would come here. This is a golden opportunity to make her our hostage. Then tell his father to tell that his beloved daughter is in our hands. Gibbs. That's a great idea, I really like it. Oh, agree with your own ideas. Carver. With this, we can make them surrender quickly. Then they all stood up and Queen Elizabeth II spoke. Queen Elizabeth II. We already know the true colors of those Mana people. Their actions are intolerable. It's time for us to act. We show our power that we can help the Normas to their freedom, no matter what it cost. Hail Britannia. All people, hail Britannia. And this is where Rosenblum will become an insecure area again and will now be devastated because it was crushed by an attack from the British which will be assisted by OFN.